We on this bitch?
All right, guys, they want that Lebanese intro.
Bit, listen up.
Habibi, make sure not to cut this part out. No, I'm playing. Welcome to the Fourth Fake Guru podcast. I'm your host, Christian Jamal. I have with me Emel Kilic and Ra Ibrahim. Today, we have a very, very special guest. It's Ramon.
Thank you, brother.
Kargar. How do I say your last name?
Kargar.
Kargar?
Yeah,
There you go. Tell us a little
you're
bit about
great,
yourself,
man. What's that?
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, fuck.
Where do I start?
Yeah, where do I start, man? Born and raised in Maine. Moved down here in 2020. Met you fantastic fellas down in at the WeWork space where we all started. What was that?
Kidding. Unfortunately.
No, man, that's probably the best thing that came out of
It was the
WeWork.
best ROI. for
Are you
WeWork.
kidding me?
For sure.
Yeah, I lost a lot of money at WeWork, but you guys made it all work. So worked out for the best, right?
100%, man.
We like to start with the dope stuff. So the fact that you moved down here, I mean, in my eyes, when I saw you at WeWork, I was like, bro, how's this guy making so much money? But like the fact of me saying that was the reason that you bought 4 iMacs. And then was iMacs or what are they called?
Yeah, it's iMacs.
Whatever it is. But I was like, bro, he just dropped like $6K on computers, bro. And like meanwhile, like I'm stressing about like making $5K that much. So like seeing that, and then I think you came down here with a Corvette, but then you bought a G-Wagon, and you got the Rolls Royce, then you had the like Rolexes and all that. Bro, like you're the first like person I met. I was like, bro, this guy's loaded. You know?
Bro, you're the man, bro. I appreciate you saying all those nice things.
100%. Bro, I'm pretty sure his Rolex was the first real Rolex. That I ever saw. And I was like trying very hard not to look at it, but I don't think I fucking succeeded in that.
Oh, man.
But how does it feel like having all that, man? Like considering where you came from and considering where your family's from and stuff like that.
Honestly, man, I just feel blessed, to be honest. I mean, considering exactly what you said, where my family came from, where we all started, and now I'm all the way down here in this, $8 million mansion that you guys got, you know what I mean? Like the opportunities have just been, endless. And I've just been fortunate enough to capitalize on all of them. So, I mean, blessings are, that's an understatement for what I feel, to be honest.
I mean, the thing is, like, you didn't just, like, make it. Like, you really made it. And I know you have, like, bigger goals. Like, obviously, you want to do, like, a lot more. But, like, you are the dream of a lot of people. And I know, like, whenever we're grabbing cigars, we talk about friends from back home that, like, we tried to put on the right path and they never wanted to follow us. I mean, like, I'm just curious from your standpoint. Like, at what point do you realize that whatever friendship group I have, like, that's not who I want to stay with?
Right.
And you're like, let me move out. Like, because you came from Maine, right?
Right, correct.
Like, coming to Tampa, like, what made you actually make that decision?
Man, there was just way more opportunity down here. I noticed that in Maine, it's a very old, broke state, very anti-business. And I knew that in order for me to grow, it's very similar to that analogy where, you put a fish in a pond and it's only going to grow so much, right? But you put him in the ocean and he'll flourish. And I'm sure everybody kind of gets the analogy, but
I think it was a shark and a fish.
was it a shark?
Yeah. Same thing.
I'll go with shark. That sounds way more aggressive.
The goldfish gets massive.
The goldfish gets like...
Yeah, I mean, the transition down here was great, to be honest. And as much as I loved, all my friends back home, we had that conversation the other day. Actually, I'd always try to like push them and still kind of like some different values, some ideas, some different strategies to kind of help themselves. And there's only so much you could do. You know what I mean? And I think me and you were kind of talking about how sometimes you have to kind of like shy away from your own spotlight in a sense, where there's some things where you'd love to share with them, but you feel like you'll be bragging in a sense. And I felt that way for a long time. And then finally I kind of like stepped away from that kind of mindset. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. Just say what the hell you're going to say, do what you're going to do, let them know. And maybe they'll be motivated at that point where you're actually telling them everything that you're doing and you're accomplishing. And hopefully that will be the Kickstarter. Because there's nothing more in this world that I would love to just have all my friends making money, right? All the closest people around you making money, succeeding, and doing all the things that, will benefit everybody, right? And the turning point really just came down to, maybe that one angle that I was taking wasn't working clearly, right? I still was not getting anything through their head. But, finally, I think it was just last week. I put us all in a group chat, and I was like, listen, I got this fucking $4 million house right on the fucking water. I'm going to have jet skis there, boat there. Get your asses down here. I'll pay for plane tickets. Don't worry about nothing. Just fucking get down here. So hopefully, and they're going to come down in like September. So hopefully I can, show them how, things can really be for you. You don't have to settle. You don't have to be content. If you put the energy behind, what you love, then it'll transpire into some good money, right? Fuck.
How did you get started in that business world?
Which one?
What was your first business venture?
Oh God, we're about to go down this path. He's had every business
Shit,
you
bro.
could possibly
I used to
think
ship
of.
lobsters
Was
overseas.
lobsters the first business or no?
No, fuck no. That was like the 5th or 6th.
Oh God.
I want to say. My first investment or business was a property that I bought actually, and I was actually still in college. So the funny story about that was every time something fucking broke, I'd have to drive down 2 fucking hours, take care of it, and I'd have to do it on the weekends, then fucking drive back or whatever.
way.
Yeah, I mean, so fortunately I had like some help for like the little tiny things, but I was always the type of person where like I don't want to fucking ask for help. If this is me, this is mine. I'm gonna fucking handle it.
Yeah.
So that was one of the first ones that I started, and then I got into the timeshare exits.
How long ago is that?
So I started the building. It was like I was 22 years old, and then maybe a year later I started the timeshare exits.
Okay.
And
That's a very weird business to get into.
It
too.
is.
Yeah.
It is.
What got you into it?
So it was actually a job that I was doing. Like when I'd come home from college and stuff, it was like just like a part-time job, whatever that I was doing, and it was actually about resale ads. And I realized that resale ads were that wasn't a really big moneymaker. So I was actually working for someone at the time. And then I learned about the exit strategy, way more profitable, and it had much more of a need, in fact, because what we're doing is we're instead of trying to sell the timeshare, for example, you're putting a Band-Aid on the problem. They're still having to pay for it and do all this other crap that tends to it. What we're doing is we're going after the root of the problem and going directly after the resort to get them out. And that turned out to be so. Then what happened was I went to my old boss and said, "Hey, man, obviously timeshares aren't selling. We're not getting anywhere with this, right? How about we start an exit company instead?" And fortunately for me, his company was kind of not doing the best. So I took full advantage of that and said, let me bring my skill sets, and let's go halves on this company and let's take it from there.
Hell yeah.
How much was that company doing before you jumped in?
The resale ads,
Yeah.
I can't even tell you how much he was doing.
But then with the exit, you start from 0, right?
Yeah.
Got you. And you're roughly right around $2 million a year right now with it,
Yeah, right now.
I mean, that's crazy to me because, before the real estate stuff, what was your last job in a sense? What were you doing?
Before the real estate stuff?
Yeah.
Shit, man. There was the resale ads, really. Yeah.
How much were you making there? $4K a month?
No.
3?
What? No. I was making I'd be
a
lucky
pack
if
of
my
bubble gum,
paycheck was
bro?
$800. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I would be lucky if it was $800.
And the thing's okay, I get because viewers are going to be like, well, he was only 17, 18, and you're comparing those two things. But I am comparing it because the fact that my last job, even after going to school and getting a degree and stuff like that, it was still around $70K a month, a year.
Yeah.
I was
70,
taking
70K a
home.
month sounds kind of nice.
Yeah, I'm saying I was taking home 5, 6K, and then being able to scale to actually 70K a month, 100K a month. It's always interesting to me because taking that leap is scary.
100%.
And I feel your family probably was a part of that. Do
Yeah.
you feel they were the main reason you got into business, or was it something else that you saw?
Absolutely, man. Yeah,
Because
because
how much were they managing properties?
dude, they owned just under 200 doors, 200 units.
What do you think got them into it? Because they're from where? Afghanistan, right?
Afghanistan, yeah. Well, you didn't need a degree to buy property, and you didn't have to speak that good of English. You know what I mean? And my dad was great with his hands, and my mom was good with numbers. So she ran the numbers, he fixed everything, and then they slowly and surely just started scaling it. And what's funny is one of the stories that she tells me is she got her first deal by inviting the banker over to dinner, and she made this amazing home cooked meal, pretty much, that basically convinced them eventually to give the loan for their first property. And what she cooked, it was her eggplant. Apparently the eggplant was fucking.
That's one way to get it too.
Yeah, 100%. That's why I tell everybody, take them to fucking dinner. Whoever the hell you want to do whatever with,
Business, yeah.
fucking feed them,
Yeah.
right? Feed them, make them
We
happy.
talk
It's hard to
about
say
that a lot,
no.
man.
Yeah.
I know obviously, we work together on business terms, but like you're an amazing friend, and we always talk about that. Like
I love that.
we're always
Thank
like
you.
Ramon's like super dope.
Except when it comes to
because
FIFA. Yeah.
instead of-
Except when it comes to FIFA. Yeah.
I know, because usually like, he plays with you. But I feel like the culture that we came from actually is a benefit when it comes to scaling our business.
Yeah.
Because like in our culture, you are supposed to invite them over for dinner or take them out or offer like a drink. Like when you come to our house or we come to yours, you offer something.
I was complimenting you about that earlier, man. I was like, your hospitality is through the roof, man. Every time I come in, you're offering me with a coffee, drink. You insist it too. It's not like you want something. It's like, nah. It's like, nah, bro. You want something.
It's like, I
You
get
better
offended
take
if you don't,
something.
bro. Like,
Yeah,
what do you want?
I feel that. I feel that. Trust me. I appreciate that.
But it's the same like as you. Like when we go out to dinner, you're like, I'll pay.
Yeah.
While like with most people, it's like, can we split the bill 4 ways or I'll pay,
fuck
but
that.
Venmo me like you're split.
Yeah.
And the things like in business, like you need to keep that, even though like we are operating in America, even though like they're not used to that, they respect it.
Yeah.
And I think in business, having that kind of etiquette is very important. I mean, even like Christian and Ra, the reason I love them is because of that respect.
Yeah.
And like I think all 3 of you guys being Arabic,
Yeah.
I think you guys hold that culture a little bit more than like even us from Bosnia. But to me, culture is everything and respect.
Likewise,
The only
man.
question I have is why is Kareem half naked right now?
I was about to hit the gym.
That
There
boy
was
hit
no,
the gym for the last 3
there
days.
there was no information about
You
the
was getting that
podcast today.
swole on?
But remind actually the story that
We're
he's
all
talking
looking
about.
fresh, and Ross about to
Yeah,
go do some
bro.
squats.
The story he is just telling right now, it reminded me of when I first got married. My wife is, she's white, like more than she's Arab. But long story short, I was trying to explain to her that no one can come to our house except he has to eat something or drink something. They
Yeah.
cannot leave without that. And she was like, all right, I'll try that, blah, blah, blah. So my dad came over and she offered him food that my dad just ate. Okay, so she knows I'm going to yell at her if she didn't eat something, So she started offering him food. He said no. Dessert, he said no. So right before he leaves, he was like, okay, I'm going to leave in 10 minutes. She was like, let me make you at least some tea. He was like, no, I'm okay. So right before he leaves, she was like, can you please take anything because Ra's literally going to yell at me. I was like, you just destroyed the whole thing you just did. Now you just know that you do it just because you don't want to get yelled at, not because you're hospitalized.
That's so funny.
But yeah, bro, like, no, in our culture, you're 100% right. In our culture is very big, especially in Egyptians. Like, actually, they are known even between the 22 Arabic countries. They are known to be the most generous people because it's a country that everyone comes to visit because of the pyramids and everything
Yeah.
there.
It's not because of pyramids, because obviously Bosnia has bigger pyramids.
It's not pyramids. Anyone can build a pyramid. The pyramid is our Egyptian pyramids are popular is not because they are big, is because of the way they were built, is because of the geometry behind it, the way. Anyways,
Did you guys
this
build
was
them or
supposed to be a
did
business
aliens
podcast.
build
The Jew-
them?
the
That's
Jews
the
did.
real question. Who really built the
They say the Jews
pyramids?
did. Yeah, but long story short, no, it is big in our culture, and this is something that I always try to like impose on people too, like that we're doing it just because we are Muslims, just because we're
Yeah.
Arabs, just because this is how our culture is,
100%.
Because, but actually, not a lot of Americans will appreciate that because a lot of them take advantage of it.
They
You
do,
said a
but
lot of people
they still
appreciate it.
appreciate it.
But take advantage of it
They
too.
do,
Like
they do
I
take
have friends
take
that I used to
advantage.
pay for almost like 2 years, bro.
Yeah,
Every
I
time
know.
we go anywhere, they're like, "Oh, you got this? All right, thank you." And I'm
But
like,
you gotta drop those friends though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Because
100%.
I have
Thank
people
God
like
I
that
didn't.
too, but you drop them.
yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
But before we dive into kind of like more of the back end story, I kind of want you to dive deeper into the business that you're operating because most of our viewers are either trying to get into a business
Yeah.
or they're running one. But I mean, like scaling from 0 to 2 mil, it's not easy, you know? So like, I kind of want to dive deeper into what you're doing that separates you from everyone else in that like timeshare exit space.
I fucking work like a son of a bitch, man. I work like a motherfucker. I'm in there the earliest and I'm out the latest. And it's been like that for 10 years plus.
But people can say like, okay, I'm working, but like, what are you working on? Like, what do you do when you get to the office? Because like, sure, like I could be working, I come to the office and I sit there,
Right.
you know, but like, what do you think like the working aspect of you hitting those goals is?
If I'm not bringing in money, I feel like I'm not working. Like, does that make sense to you guys?
yeah.
Like, I know, like, for example, I'll be like, like you just said, I'll go to the office. Sometimes I'll just fucking do emails all day. And I just work the entire day, or I'll fucking chart and, look at graphs or whatever. But if I'm not like bringing in actual money, I feel like I'm not actually like working. And that's so when I'm in there and I'm doing the damn thing,
It seems like, like you saying, if I'm not bringing in money, like I'm not working, it seems like the sales is like the biggest thing that you're talking about.
Yeah.
You are savage at sales.
Yeah.
I kind of want to
am.
hear from you, like, where'd you learn how to sell?
Shit, man.
By the way, guys, for the record, like the first time I was mesmerized by a salesperson and I was like, I don't give a fuck what they're selling, I'm buying, was when I went to his office. I went to his office to like fix his ads or whatever it was at the time.
Yeah.
And I heard him talking to this old lady and I felt so bad for her because she had no option but to buy. So
That's how I leave it, man. I mean, bro, trial and error. I've pitched this. I've been pitching for years, man, and it all comes down to trying to reach out to as many people as you can a day. You know what I mean? So I've talked to all walks of life, every demographic, you name it, and I know how to mimic and mirror in every way, shape, and form. So I've talked to every type of, intellect level, you name it. You know what I mean? I've just done it so many times. So it's not like I sat through and watched YouTube videos. Like when I started fucking selling, I don't even know if YouTube is really around. You know what I mean? So
How many dials would you say you make a day? I know you have set appointments, but how many leads do you work a day?
now it's a lot less, but when I first started, it was I'd put up $400 or $500 in a day.
That's my thing. And you were even comfortable at that point. You were making decent money. I know you're not comfortable, but
Yeah.
you were making decent money. And the thing is, you get people that have zero, and we're like, yo, do this business model, just call it leads, and they call 100 or 50, and they're like, it's not working.
Right.
So someone that already has it, and you're dialing 400, and the thing that I respect about you is you worked on Sunday, 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And you work on Saturdays.
Yeah.
And you go at the office from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. That's the reason you're successful.
Yeah.
And most people don't understand that. And that's one thing that I truly admire
I
about
appreciate
you.
that, man. It's tough. You don't see it in many people. You know what I mean? But I've got a drive and a hunger that it's never going to be satisfied. My belly's never going to be full, despite what you might see. And
we spent $1,300 on a dinner a week ago, bro.
I know those fucking steaks were fire though. Those motherfuckers were just swinging on that hook. Woo-wee. Shit, you making me hungry now, man.
And the funny thing is, every time the server comes around, he's always saying some fucked up shit, and she's like, "I'm not listening."
Oh my God, yeah, I
It was
remember
so
that.
weird, bro.
At that point, I was 3 or 4 martinis deep, man. So there was no filter at that point.
it was game over.
That poor girl, I felt bad, but I think she got a laugh out of it. She wasn't too thrown off. Right?
Where do you think that hunger comes from?
I mean, it was instilled in me, man. I had parents that were hungry, motivated, determined, and that always kind of, it was instilled in me pretty much.
Well,
apple
why
didn't
you,
fall
though?
far from the
Because you
tree.
have brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
And you are the most successful, I believe,
Correct.
right? So why you?
That's a good question, man. I think, they all do pretty well. Don't get me wrong. I definitely exceed their level, obviously, but I think I just learned from all their fucking mistakes, to be honest, man. So for example, my brother, my parents had co-signed a building for him, and when he was young, 21 years old, you know what I mean? Fresh out of, she didn't even go to fucking college. I think he went for a year. And they co-signed a building, try to get him on his feet, get it going and all that fun stuff. He dropped the ball completely.
And how old were you at that time?
Fuck, 18 probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just going into college. And he dropped the ball completely. Wasn't paying the bills on time, spending the money on partying and shit. So they took that fucking building right back. And I was like, damn, all right, well, if I'm gonna seize an opportunity like his, I know exactly what not to do now. So I think one of my biggest things was I was always really good about, learning from other people's mistakes. Not just my own, but other people's. I see you fuck up and be like, all right, I ain't gonna do that. So that's probably where it really came from. I was the 4th child in out of 5. So I had some pretty good experience to learn from, which was nice.
What keeps you hungry though? Because the thing is, people have a goal to hit 6 figures. Cool. When they hit that, maybe they want to hit $1 million. What keeps you hungry though? Because personally, sometimes I feel like fear is a bigger motivator than actual
Desire.
desire.
Yeah.
Or do you feel
Fuck yeah.
you're more fearful?
No, fuck no. Fearful? I'm not.
Fearful of going back to not
losing
having
everything.
it.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah,
That's what I
absolutely.
mean. Do you feel like that's your motive?
Yeah, I could never
going
go back
to where you were.
I could never. Yeah, absolutely not. I'm fear doesn't. So I run towards fear. You know what? I run towards it because it's like on the other side is fucking prosperous, very prosperous. If I can get over that hump, I'm balling. I'm good. You know what I mean? So I run towards it. I remember when I was, fuck, what was I? I think I was like, I was like 24, 25, and I was going to buy a Corvette actually, and I just wanted a used one. You know what I mean? It was like 2012. This is like 2018 by you. So I wanted just like a used Corvette, and I went down to the fucking dealership. I was gonna trade my car in, and they're like, yeah, we don't have any used ones, but we got that brand new one right on the floor. I was like, oh, fuck, bro, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, I ain't got it like that.
How much was it?
80 grand.
And how much were you making at that time?
Good money, but not fucking go buy a new Corvette off the floor. You know what I mean? So,
I mean, 80K is an expensive car.
It is
you know?
expensive.
yeah, that was fucking
Yeah.
expensive. I was like 25, 26 at the time. Yeah, something around there. And then it was 2018. And I just remember sitting there like looking at the payment, and I'm like, fuck, can I even afford this right now? And I said, you know what, just fucking do it. Because no matter what, you're gonna have to figure it the fuck out.
Yep.
And that's where I used fear to motivate me. Where I was like, can I do it? You know, fuck it, just commit yourself. And then no matter what, you know, you're gonna figure it out. You know, you're gonna figure out that car payment. You're gonna figure out how to handle it. You know what I mean? If you think about it, and all of you now, right? Think about all the times where you were kind of like, can I do this?
Yeah.
Can I make it? You know what I mean? And then you made the commitment, and what happened? It always works out, right? No matter what.
Weirdly enough, it does.
What is it?
Weirdly enough, it does always work out.
Right? So
Do you feel like you're still doing that, or you're like, okay, I'm buying it now because I can afford it?
I'm still doing it. Yeah, fuck yeah. I put
Yeah.
myself in very tight situations all the time. Yeah, because I mean, if I'm comfortable, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Yeah.
You know, I'm always gonna be complacent, and I'm not gonna grow from that. I'm not gonna earn from that. You know what I mean? So
I mean, you're literally the reason that I got into like nice cars. Like,
Yeah, I
I
remember
don't
that.
know if you remember that conversation we
Of
had
course I
at
do.
WeWork. So I was at the time trying to purchase the F-Type R. I think Emel heard me say F-Type R north of 3,000 times. And I was so scared of that payment, even though I knew that all I had to do is go sell one client extra if I didn't have money, and I
Yeah.
could afford it. And I was just so scared because like I feel like when you come from like a regular family and you're not surrounded with all this wealth growing up, you're wired to think like everyone else. You're wired to think like the 99%.
Right.
So when someone in the 1% tells you to do something, it's usually always the opposite of what everybody else is doing. And when I did take your advice, you said to me, and what's the worst that can happen? Let's say you buy it. Now you can never go back to a worse car.
no.
So if that's the only benefit you get and it doesn't help you grow your business and it doesn't help you do anything else, at least you know you will never drive a car worse than that. Does that sound like a bad thing for you? And I was like, fuck, that's a good ass price. So I went and I purchased a car, and ever since, every time I got a car, it's an upgrade of the last one.
Ooh,
And funny enough, like I started using this strategy of whenever there is a lot more unsuccessful people than successful people. And a lot of times, like all my successful friends, like they're busy. I don't have time to talk to them on a daily basis, and I'm busy as well.
Yeah.
So it's like if I need like advice for something, I usually just go ask someone that I know will give me what the 99% will think, and I just go and do the opposite of that.
I like
And
that.
it's actually a very good strategy, bro.
I like that a lot.
It works, dude.
So you said don't do it. All right, I'm gonna do it.
So thank you for that. I feel like you
Oh fuck
instilled
yeah,
that
bro!
in me,
I'm so happy for you. That's so dope.
Meanwhile, from the F side, he now has a Urus.
The fucking
So,
Urus.
yeah.
Oh, that shit's fire, bro. I love what you did to it too.
That's what we
God
do,
damn
man.
it, bro.
I'm about to get out of here instead of going to the gym and just go get my Lamborghini right now.
Fuck it, bro.
Get
Just
on
do
top of
it.
It has been on my
Just do
list
it.
for a while, bro.
I'm gonna give you the same advice. What's the worst that's gonna happen?
Yeah, right.
What's the worst?
He's been
Emila's-
dreaming about
Emila's
it too,
gonna
bro.
yell
He's
at
been
me.
dreaming
You
and driving with the
the
top
worst-
down with his hair
Bro.
like flying
The worst
everywhere.
is gonna happen is that Emila's
The hair is
gonna
crazy
Emila's
for
gonna
me,
yell at
bro.
me.
I'm telling you, bro. If you make that commitment, put yourself in that situation. Not only are you like, it's gonna put you in a different mindset. You know what I mean? You're once you get behind that fucking wheel of that car and you're driving that bitch every fucking day, you're gonna elevate in so many ways, shapes and forms. And a lot of people, they'll say, "Oh, don't buy it because it's a waste of money." Fuck the money. You'll always make more money. You know what I mean? You're a talented individual. You've done extremely well. So at the same time, you have to learn to enjoy, you know, the fruits of your labor. And when you do that, it motivates you more. It's like, okay, I want to do this next and this next. You know, you're gonna buy the Lamborghini, you're gonna enjoy it for a little bit, and then you're gonna want to go buy a fucking Bugatti. You know what I mean? It's gonna motivate you. It's gonna put you in a different mindset. And I think the mindset that it puts you in is gonna it's gonna far outweigh whatever expenses you're thinking about. I promise you.
I mean, he
I
literally
promise
has
you.
one client that pays 4 Lambo payments.
That's what I'm, bro. What are you doing, bro?
What you doing, bro? Let's
Hey,
go
we
buy
about to
one
move
right
this
now.
shit to the dealership.
As I said, the only reason I didn't do it yet is because the only reason I didn't do it yet because of my mentor right here.
Yeah.
When he
Like,
gives
I
me-
don't like
when he gives me
has
the green
bad
light, I
debt. Like
will.
when he maxes out his credit cards, I hate that.
Yeah,
But
I can
like
see that.
debt, like on like cars and houses, if it's played right, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But I hate when he's got like
Why you looking
60K.
at
You
me?
like,
guys,
in
you guys start first. Because I'm looking at you because okay, he said yes.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm getting one.
I think you should
bro.
do it.
Fucking go, bro.
I think you should do it. I swear, I really do.
Soon.
I
By the
think
end of the year, hopefully, if we hit our
fucking
goals.
tomorrow. Why
By
end of the year? What's end of the year? Why not
Two months
tomorrow?
at the end of the year.
End of the year, 2025. What's the difference?
Sounds like someone that says I'm gonna go to the gym in January.
Yeah,
Have you
that's
ever?
me.
Have you ever? You said it's me.
This is about to turn into a very expensive podcast.
Yeah.
Have you ever got like an ROI? Would you say from your Rolls Royce? Like actually client or something?
I don't think so. Mainly because I don't leverage it enough, in my opinion. I don't really like put it out there like that. Like the most I ever post about is when they detail my car once a week.
Very
and-
hardly
Yeah.
posted, bro.
Yeah, you hardly post it.
I know.
I feel like I see Caesar more than I see your car.
100%.
Yeah,
I love that dog. That's his car, to be honest, man. If anything, I'm just a fucking chauffeur. Like,
Caesar's the one sitting in the back of the Rolls
he
Royce.
fucking rides Miss Davy, bro. I'm a chauffeur.
He's chilling.
I gotta wear the little hat for him and everything. Open his doors. Make sure he's all good. Get him his puppuccinos.
The other thing that you do is blockchain and like asset management. Of course, we
Yeah.
have BAM, blockchain asset management company. This is also something that I have been wanting to get into for the longest time, but I feel like there is no good entry to it because there's so many sources out there and you don't know what's legit and what's not and what's
Right.
good and what's not, you know, and it's very hard thing to get into. For someone who's trying to get into crypto and stuff like that, what would you advise to do? A beginner, I'm talking about.
I mean,
completely
if you want to just slowly get into it, just allocate a little bit of money. You know, don't go fucking balls deep or all in. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be at that extent. I always tell people, you know, if you're looking at it just to get involved and to invest, right? And that's all it is, just an investment, just another allocation towards a different asset class for your portfolio, right? Then just slowly buy a little bit. You know, whether it's once a week, once a month, just slowly buy a little bit because obviously things are going up, especially based on what happened. You know, what was it, a week and a half ago with the halving?
Yeah.
You know, what they basically say is buy 500 days prior to the halving, which you're still not late by any means. Buy 500 days prior to the halving, and then sell 500 days prior to the halving, post-halving, after the halving. And just go with that. So slowly just start accumulating and then just wait and fucking wait. The markets are not there to make you rich, I promise you. The markets are there to actually take money from you. So, if you're constantly looking at it every day and worried about it, you're going to lose money. So my best advice is take a little bit of money, start buying, and don't worry about it. And the money that you're investing is not money that you're going to worry about losing, right? Just like if I go to a fucking casino, I take a couple bucks out, that bitch is probably not coming home with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And that's the mindset that you got to go into it with. What am I willing to lose? And I'm not saying you're going to lose, right?
of course.
But what
You're
I'm
willing to
saying,
risk, yeah.
what you're willing to risk, right? And then slowly just keep buying, buy, because that technology is gonna fucking take over. It's just a matter of time, a matter of adoption, and it's slowly happening based on all these ETFs that we got. I mean, fucking Hong Kong even just launched their ETF today. Australia is talking about doing it, I think, next month. Banks are now getting involved. You know what I mean? So it started at institutions, now it's coming into banks. The money is coming in. The money's coming in. So, and the adoption rate is, you know, it's picking up.
What are you buying right now? Because I know you're not into Bitcoin. You're into
Yeah.
the other ones. Like, what are you buying right now?
My favorite altcoin is XRP. That's the biggest one.
Why do you see
And-
so much potential in it?
Because it has the best utility. It has the best fucking use case out of all of them. Bitcoin, fantastic. I love it. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that would be like, oh, this guy doesn't know shit.
Yeah.
But it's really just a store of value, you know, which is fantastic, you know, which is amazing. You know what I mean? You got a digital asset that, you know, you could store your value and transfer it without any discrepancies. XRP it's actually solving a real world problem. You know, instant payment settlements. You no longer do we have to wait days and days for our money to settle. You know, think about SWIFT. How many trillions of dollars are going through fucking SWIFT, and people are waiting days for that money to settle when they're doing cross-border payments? That shit's going to be solved with XRP. You know, so that I'm looking for the assets that are solving real-world problems and are actual good fucking projects. Like if you go to fucking Dubai, for example, you're going to see Ripple all over the place. You'll see Ripple in the subways. You'll see Ripple in fucking skyscrapers. You'll see it everywhere. You know, look for good projects. Don't just fucking buy, you know, little projects that, you know, might make you a couple bucks or whatever, because that shit fades. That shit fades. You know, in my opinion, look for a project that's going to have the best use case and make the best life-changing demonstration for all of us, right? So that's what I would highly recommend to anybody.
That's really good advice, dude. That's like some high quality advice on cryptocurrencies.
I hope so, man. I run a hedge fund.
At least you preach, bro. You got what, like $1 million XRP at one point of
Yeah.
your own money?
Yeah,
I mean,
my own.
that's a lot, bro.
It is. It
That's
is.
a lot,
I got a
just
big
like
bet
an
on it.
XRP.
I got a big bet on it. And if you look at the chart from a major time frame, like a monthly standpoint, you know, you have this massive bull flag that's been forming over 7 fucking years. 7 years. The last time that thing went parabolic back in like 2017 or whatever, it did a 30,000% increase, $30,000. And you're wondering, and everyone's like, well, the market cap's at $30 billion. You know, how are you going to get, you know, to that type of, you know, how are you going to get 10, 20, 100x out of it? It's like they're solving cross-border fucking payments, right? Trillions of dollars are going to be flowing onto that ledger. That's where it's going to come from. So a lot of people, they look at the market cap being at like 30 billion or whatever right now, and they're like, well, how is all that money going to flow into this asset and, you know, make it go up to fucking, you know, 50, 100 bucks or whatever? Well, how much money is Swift handling right now? Trillions of dollars every fucking day, right? That's what's going to be on the blockchain. That's what's going to be handled by XRP. And right now, the FedNow program has already done a test pilot with them. So it's just a matter of time.
I mean, I don't have that much in Ripple, but not that much for us to really change our lives. But like, I know you do.
Yeah.
What's the game plan when that shit blows up? Where are you taking us?
I'm buying a big ass fucking yacht, and I'm taking us all over wherever the fuck the world we want to go, bro. Straight like
I'm
that.
about to go to Dubai with the
I'm
yacht.
trying to watch
Yeah.
the F1 in Monaco, bro. That's on my bucket list.
Done.
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 Doesn't even know how much that is. That was like, done.
Done.
What's the selling point?
Huh?
What's the selling price? Like
When am I gonna sell?
like when it hits like a certain price, when are you selling?
It'll all come down to the TA. When
What's
my
TA?
when my the technical analysis.
Okay.
When my indicators are basically telling me to sell.
Gotcha.
So once I see whatever trend line cross or momentum die out or, you know, what have you, that's gonna be my exit.
I love it, bro.
Yeah. That's
I mean, guys, if you're watching this, like, whether you take this advice or not, just know if this person is in a place where you want to be and they're that well researched and that on top of it when it comes to that industry, I would just say, like, that's advice that someone within their circle probably cannot give them.
Yep.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, fuck. Just keeping it real. There's nobody that's invested as much as I have into this shit. I mean, obviously there is, but I mean, for majority of the people that I fucking know, they're not investing millions of dollars into this
What
stuff.
is the most money you made out of like crypto in one day?
Was that a Shiba?
That was Shiba.
Was
man.
it Shiba?
That was fucking Shiba.
Was
Yeah,
that
I still got the video. Did I ever show you guys that
Was that
video?
story?
I saw the
hate
story,
that
bro.
story.
Yeah.
I saw the story.
I hated that story. Because he was literally talking shit to everyone, and including
Everybody.
me, and I was like, fuck.
Including me. I was not, Rob took that shit to
but
heart.
It was speaking because
so crazy.
you know, like you have to. I told you that before, but you have two different
Yeah.
personalities completely, bro.
Yeah.
Like you on the internet, you're such an asshole. Like
Yeah, but he was telling me this dude the other day, bro. He's like, dude, I thought Ramon was the biggest asshole.
yeah, bro.
You
he
told
was-
me at dinner.
Yeah, bro. I told him too, bro. Like, and then I followed him for the longest time, and I was like, this guy's successful, but I'm following him, but at the same time, I hate his guts. And then I fucking met him, and he's completely fucking different person, bro. He's so chill. He's so fucking generous. He's very like open to like give advice. He actually cares about people, and I'm like, then why the fuck are you just shitting on people 24/7?
Why not?
Because, man, I'm trying to motivate them.
Yeah,
I'm trying to motivate
it's
them.
funny, bro.
I'm
Because
trying
I remember that story when you like posted about like, oh, investing cheaper right now, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then I was in Chiba already at that time, and then I
Is it
fucking
Shiba or is it Shibu?
Shiba.
Shiba.
Shiba Inu.
Yeah, Shiba
I didn't know
Inu.
what
Yeah.
So I was already invested in that time because one of my friends, Safe, told me about it. But long story short, I wake up the second day, it was around 8 o'clock, and already posted a story 2 hours ago. And he was drinking his coffee in his fucking balcony in the fucking
Penthouse.
60, yeah, literally 60 fucking floor or whatever in downtown. And he was like, I just made 100K off of Sheepa, you fucking broke ass people. And I was like, yeah, bro. For the first time, I was looking for a dislike button on the story, bro.
Oh my god!
If you have that
I
story,
do
please
remember
send it
that.
to me so I can actually post it with this.
I'm sure it's in the archives.
Yeah,
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 it's
yeah.
definitely in the archives.
How much was it? 100 something?
100 grand that I put in.
100 great now.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
I know.
That's
It was
crazy.
pretty
You made
nuts.
someone's salary in like 8 hours.
Yeah, it
while
was
you were
quick.
sleeping.
And I tripled my mom's money too.
Damn.
My mom. So my mom loves crypto. Fucking loves it,
Damn.
bro.
That's
yeah.
so interesting.
Yeah, you would never imagine. And she'll always tell my dad, I'm going to the bank. And she'll fucking move money around, buy fucking crypto, but she'll trade. So here's the thing
Interesting.
about fucking crypto is that 99% of people fail in it because they get greedy and they don't know when to take their profit. And she's the total opposite. She's like, I made my money, fucking take it, run, bro.
Sure.
Get the fuck out of here. And she did really well. She tripled her money off of fucking Shiba. Tripled it. She didn't put that much in. I think it was like 10 grand or whatever, but still.
Yeah.
Fucking, she did really well. So, yeah, I made a fortune.
Talking about your family.
I made a fortune. That's a humble flex.
Don't forget.
Talking about your family. I know like it's a sensitive topic, but I kind of want to bring it up and
Yeah, talk to
go
me.
as deep as you want. But I feel like our parents always have like a big impact in like our life decisions. And I know I asked you earlier, like, why you?
Yeah.
From all your like obviously siblings. I know you're not cool with your parents right now.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's a motivator to rub it in their face even more?
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say it's like a motivator, like rub it in their face. I mean, all right. Man, they were so disappointed when I didn't become a doctor. Like I went to school for 5 years. I was balls deep in fucking being a doctor. I skipped an entire summer just to fucking do summer classes, aced my OChem exams, signed up for the MCATs, and they were big into real estate. And one of their first things when, they co-signed my loan was, you better fucking still be a doctor. Like, if we do this for you, you better still be a fucking doctor. And just because every fucking foreign parents either want you to be a lawyer or a
same
doctor.
here.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that was the deal, and I broke the fucking deal. I didn't become a doctor, so they were pissed about it. But at the end of the day, I was like, you guys are making millions of fucking dollars owning all this real estate. You want me to go be a fucking doctor and allocate another fucking 12 years towards this shit? 80 hours a week, fucking stressful as fuck, people dying? I don't need that.
Yeah.
I'm good, man. Why don't I do what you guys are doing? Right?
Well, because they want you to have something secure. Because they know business isn't secure. We all know it too.
Yeah.
I think over like a few years, it has a positive trend.
You want to know what's funny? Freshman year of college, I was a business major. And I got a call from my mom. She's like, why the fuck are you a business major? I'm not going to fucking help you pay for your school. If you're going to be a fucking business major, you need to be a fucking doctor. What are you going to do with business? You're not going to do anything with fucking business. We're like, what business are you going to do? Well, fast forward to today.
Yeah.
You know
But
what
it's
I mean?
weird how they still don't accept it though. Like they still don't accept it.
No.
Like not just like even with yours, like even with ours, like slowly they're like, okay, I guess he's got a good point.
Right.
But still to this day, they're like, I don't know if this is gonna last.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they're worried about.
I think
But,
their
like, is
I think
that
their biggest
worth-
thing was like the status that came with being a doctor. Oh, my son's a doctor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's more so for them versus you.
But it's
Oh,
way better
100%.
to
It
say
was all
that.
for them, bro. It was all
And
for
not
them.
just that, even for their parents, I would love to say that my son owned like 3 different companies
Exactly.
than saying that he's a fucking doctor, bro.
See, I would think that as well, but for them,
They're
it
in a
was
different group though.
Yeah.
They're not talking about that stuff.
Because it's
Yeah.
weird. Like you said, your dad was like into business. My dad was into business. Your dad is into business.
My mom owned like a Bosnian like
business.
bar.
All
Yeah.
of us also came from families that owned businesses. My dad, I've never seen my dad go into work in my life. In my life, since he's 23 years old, he owned businesses and that's it.
Yeah.
And you're the same, obviously the same. All of us is the same. And
Yeah.
all of them, again, said that they don't want us to be like owning a business.
Why
you know?
is
It's
that?
so
Why?
weird.
What the
Because
Because
fuck?
me, after I tried business, I want to make sure that my kid, like I'm training my little brother since he's like 13 to how he's going to be a business owner and how is he going to be like training people and a leader and blah, blah, blah. So it's
Right.
weird. But maybe when you just had your kids.
I don't know, bro. Like
so
I'm
let's
not
see.
even trying to send my girl to school.
Yeah.
I know that she was just
Like
born. She
college?
was like 8 weeks old, but like I'm already pre-planning what I want her to do, which is not college.
You gonna send her to public school, private, or are you gonna homeschool?
He said he
I
doesn't
want her
want
to send her to public school so that she can learn how life
Social?
operates.
Basic
Yeah.
social skills.
Like how to defend yourself, how to whoop some ass, how to
Yeah,
like
yeah,
do that
for
stuff.
100%.
You know,
Bro, she don't pull up with like
Hold my scrunchie.
she's like getting expelled. She's like getting expelled. But like that's where you learn like the real life stuff that you need for business, because none of us went to a private school, and I think that's what like teaches you how to like negotiate and sell and stuff like that, which you
Oh,
need.
fuck yeah.
But you also want to show her the fact that there's so many different ways to make money nowadays, and there's so many different business verticals that if you know that you don't want her to be like a doctor or lawyer, you should start young, like around 14. Tell her like, hey, do content, or hey, start selling like makeup, whatever, or hey, when she's 18, go try doing this. Just give her these opportunities to see what she clicks in, or he, whatever you have.
Right.
I think that's the way you really set your child up to be successful in the business space, by giving them these opportunities. Because like one thing that like I always remember is like from Gary Vee, not Gary Vee, Casey Neistat, the vlogger on YouTube.
Yeah.
He was like, the reason I'm big into vlogging right now is because when I was like 12, I got a camera for my birthday, and I started playing with it, and I fell in love with it. But imagine he never got that camera for his birthday.
Right.
Would he still be where he is today? I don't know. But giving them these opportunities to build their curiosity, I think that's the way to raise a child nowadays.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I mean, with the school systems that we have now, I mean, they were developed to create workers, right?
100%.
I mean,
Absolutely.
100%.
for fuck's sake, our school systems were typically developed by the same people that built prisons, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So I think all the curriculums now, especially in school, they're not there to teach anything about financial literacy. Like, what the fuck do I give a shit about A squared add plus B squared equals C
Yeah.
squared? I'm not doing anything with that. And there's very small amount of people that actually will leverage that, other than like architects. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So for me, I think the curriculums that they're teaching now, it doesn't make any sense for me to send my kid to go fucking listen to some fucking teacher that, for the most part, doesn't really know dick.
I mean, they don't even practice what they preach. Like
No.
even in college, you have a business professor, but he never had a business in his life, you know? So
That's the same thing about so my accountant. I love you, sweetheart, but she's been my accountant forever. But she was trying to tell me, why aren't you setting up for a retirement program or a retirement plan? Like, why aren't you investing into a 401k? I'm like, I have all this fucking real estate. Why am I going to invest into a 401k? What am I going to do with that? So I'm 60 fucking years old. I can fucking take out my little, you know what I mean? I'll sell one of these fucking buildings and, I'll go fucking
what are you
hang
gonna
out
get, like
or whatever.
$3K a month from your 401k?
What is it?
4K, 5K? Like how much are you gonna get?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Doesn't even
saying.
cover your Rolls Royce payment.
It doesn't even cover the fucking payment, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck. So, and I think you were telling me about this, or we definitely had probably some of this conversation, but it was like, don't take advice, or I think you posted about it. Don't take advice from people that you wouldn't want to switch places with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, why the fuck am I going to take your advice? I was actually, what the fuck was it? I was watching Kanye and Pierce Morgan. You guys have probably seen this, but Pierce Morgan was, grilling Kanye West and whatever, and Kanye was like, how much money do you make, Pierce? How much money do you fucking make?
You cheated on him really quick.
Why am I going to take your advice? How about you take some of my fucking advice and you can probably make some more money? And he's like, well, maybe I will take some of your, you know what I mean? So it's like, it comes back to that type of shit, I will never take advice from anybody that I wouldn't want to trade places with, or that I know an expert in that field that would obviously help me in some way, shape, or form. I just wouldn't, And that's, I don't know, that's just me. Fuck.
I mean, talking on the topic of like taking advice and like how to raise kids and all that stuff, I think really at the end of the day, like as a parent, you're trying to mold your child, and as an entrepreneur, you're trying to mold yourself, right?
Right.
And I really do think it comes down to the way you think and the way you move. Like these are the two things that I think make someone a savage at business. And when we mold ourselves, it's because we were getting hit with something that is bad. You know what I mean? It's like you're not gonna change the shape of a rock unless you hit it against another rock. You know what I mean? So, and that's like when you talk about like kids, like I saw this thing online, and it's this father that's an entrepreneur, and the way that he would reward his kids is, you want to buy something, anything you want to buy, you can buy, but I'm not gonna buy it for you. And instead of them getting like $10 or $5 or whatever for doing chores, for every book they read, he'll give them $100. if they write a summary on that book.
Who was that?
I like
I'm
that.
not sure, but it
Was
was.
it Pat Beverly?
I'm not 100% sure. I think it's Patrick Bet David. Or
Pat,
someone.
I think that, yeah. Patrick
Okay.
McDavid.
I
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
that was genius
I like
because
it.
I'm
yeah.
like, valid, because the amount you have in your bank account and the car you drive and the watch you wear and the clothes you wear and the people you know is completely useless compared to who you are.
Right.
Because
100%.
if you are a person that attracts the car, that attracts the house, that attracts the people, with time you will get all these things.
Correct.
But if you have all these things, but you are not a person that is worthy of being in those shoes,
You lose
you
that
will
stuff.
lose
you
them
will lose
eventually.
that shit. 100%.
That's why people go bankrupt and stuff.
100%.
You're right.
Yeah.
So it's like, at the end of the day, like what your parents did with you, what you're trying to do with your daughter, XYZ, like I really do think it all comes down to the mold of who we are. You know what I mean? Like what shape is the vase, and when you put the water, it's gonna fit that vase.
100%. Be water. You ever see that, Bruce Lee?
yeah.
Be
Mold.
water. You pour the water in the cup, you become the cup.
Who was that? Was that Muhammad?
It was Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee.
Yeah, Bruce Lee. Fuck yeah. Yeah, man. Fuck. God, I don't know.
What is the biggest lessons would you say like you learned the hard way? Yeah, I know you said you learn usually from people's mistakes.
Yeah.
But what is the biggest mistake you've done that you learned so much from?
God. What's the biggest mistake that I made that I learned so much from?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Or what is this thing that you regret doing?
What is it?
What is the thing that you did?
Son of a bitch.
I don't know, man. That's a good question. I made a lot of mistakes, you know, and I've learned from all of them.
Yeah.
I can't really like.
What is the one mistake that you would take back or you regret?
I don't regret any of it, bro. I'm where I'm at, and I don't regret that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I think all the mistakes I made served their purpose, and I learned from them, and progressed from them, and
Something I respect about you is like you throw shit at the wall and you see what sticks.
yeah, fuck yeah,
And that's why I don't think you regret it, because you're like, fuck it, throw it all and see what sticks.
yeah.
But like, how do you develop enough courage to be able to sustain that?
I
The
think
thing
that
is, like,
just
sometimes
comes-
nothing sticks, bro.
For me, I not to sound like cocky or anything, but I just have like an undeniable level of confidence in myself that I can just do whatever the fuck I want. You know what I mean? I can do whatever I want. I can accomplish whatever I want. Whatever the task is, I'll figure it the fuck out. And no matter how daunting the assignment is, I'll get it done. You know what I mean? So that's really what it boils down to. And what's funny is I learned that very early on, how crazy my confidence level was. Because I was cut from, I didn't even make the fucking team. Basketball team. It was in high school. I was like, I tried out for fucking basketball. But I was like, you motherfucker, I'll wax all you guys on the court. You know what I mean? Let's go one-on-one. Yeah, let's run it back right now. You know what I mean? And they're like, bro, you didn't even make the team. I was like, yeah, because coach didn't like me. Coach didn't like me.
It's the
All
coach,
right.
bro.
Coach was an asshole. You know what I mean? Well, let's go one-on-one. You know, so no matter what, I just always had like a crazy level of confidence in myself, regardless of what it was.
One thing I respect about like people that grew up on the streets, and I think you have a little bit of that, is that, for example, like the basketball thing. Maybe you're not the best at like the skill set, but like I'll take out your knees and then you can't play and I'll beat you. You know, so like some way you'll find a way to be better than them. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, like, a lot of people are scared to play to that level. And that's why most people don't succeed, because like you're not willing to do whatever you need to do in order to win.
Yeah.
You should play fair and you should play clean.
Of course.
But the thing is, like, most big players in this world, especially the bigger ones, they didn't play clean. You know, like, and a lot of times, like, even like us being in the insurance space, the big dogs make the rules. If it doesn't align with what they want, and if they got to pay you more commission than they want, they'll cut you out. They'll
Yeah.
find some reason that the leads through Facebook ads aren't qualified, and they'll cut you out, and they'll keep your money and your clients. I mean, we've seen that.
No shit.
And the thing is, like, in this world, sometimes you got to play dirty.
Yeah.
You got to play dirty. And the thing is, like, if you want to keep on winning, you got to play your cards right. And I think all of us kind of have that, even though we try to stay clean,
100%.
you know?
I mean, bro, look at the people at the very top. You think they all played within the guidelines and the
No, think
rules?
about BlackRock. What's their name? The
BlackRock.
people yeah. Like,
Yeah,
they're not
fuck-
playing clean, bro.
Fuck no, bro. Hell no. Those guys at the top, they are not playing clean. And matter of fact, they invented the rules so that they could break them and way, not break them, but obviously play with them in whatever ways that they can. You know what I mean? So, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, if you're gonna get to that level, especially what we're talking about, you're not playing within the fair guidelines. Absolutely not.
Agreed.
And I'm not saying we're breaking rules over here.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but we're
Not
getting
all
it
of
done.
them.
Not all of them.
But we getting the job done, and that's
Like,
what matters.
break enough rules that to the point where they don't get you in trouble.
Yeah, 100%.
You know,
100%.
that's my thing.
IRS, if you're watching this, that's not what we're talking about.
I mean, I think it's all about like security. You know what I mean? I think that if you have the chance to map out the playing field, how you would like to be fit, like imagine like you're really good at swimming and you had to pick some sort of competition. I would pick swimming. You know what I mean? Like pick something that like you're like really good at that domain and master and keep working on your craft versus trying a completely different domain, right? Like if we're really good at, for example, the lead generation space, I'm not gonna go start a fucking roofing company, right? And that's what all the big players are doing. Like if you're really good at shooting 3-pointers, why are you trying to dunk right now?
Yeah,
you know
fair
what I mean?
enough.
So it's more so of doing what you're already good at, and that quote unquote can be considered your unfair advantage. I know Amel loves that term.
Yeah.
Whether playing by the rules or whatever kind of term we want to call it, focusing on your unfair advantage, even though you're playing by the rules, is going to give you that edge. And that's what everybody needs. A lot of times, like in their business, like let's say they have a marketing company, yet they're selling the same service everybody else is selling. If they're in the content creation game, they're doing the same exact edits that everybody has. So it's like, what's unique about you? Obviously, you're not able to grow your business or you're not able to dominate if I can literally swap you with another person and get the same exact product.
Right.
So that's why people they're not focused on their unfair advantage, and that's why I think they're weak, you know?
I agree, man. Shit. That's pretty well said. Fuck.
What are the, just to wrap it up, so what are the two biggest advices that you have, or like advice that you have for people that are looking to get into the business space? And also the ones that are in the business space and how to scale their business. Because like making 10K is obviously like always the first goal for people to replace their job. But how do you hit the 100, 200K a month?
Oh, fuck. What was your first question? There was a two-part, right? Shit.
That was the Scotch.
I try to digest this stuff, man.
Scotch is fire.
Fuck. It's delicious, by the way. This was really smooth.
But primarily the advice for people looking to get into business.
Yeah.
So like, you know, what do you recommend for people that are like watching this and they're maybe like in college or stuff like that? And then the second question is obviously like people that are already in the business space, but just making 10K a month, how to scale to 100K a month.
For the people that want to get into business, don't tell all your fucking friends and family about it. Just go fucking do it. And don't say shit about it. Just go get it done. And stop contemplating all the different ways that it's going to fail and you're going to fuck up and lose money. Don't worry about that shit. Assume that it's going to happen. You're going to lose money. You're going to make mistakes. It's all good. But just go start it. Go start it. And I think you said it best. Just work at being better 1% every fucking day. You know what I mean? And then at the end of the year, you're going to compound that into being 3.5, almost 4 times better than what you originally started with. But the key is just start. That's it. Just start. You know what I mean? And that's the biggest thing that everybody, you know, really talks himself out of is actually just starting. And once you, and the reason I say this is because once you actually start, you're going to realize a lot of the problems are not that big of fucking problems. You know what I mean? They're really not. And you're not incapable of solving them. You know, being a business owner, you're just constantly, what, am I boring you?
That's
kidding.
crazy. Calling him out like that.
My man just look at me. Yeah.
He hasn't been sleeping, bro. He's been doing push-ups every hour.
Yeah,
Even at midnight, bro.
No, but for real though, all jokes aside, I think people just need to start, not listen to other people. Don't even tell fucking people. You want to go
follow
start
up with
that business?
Statement.
Yeah.
At what point should someone stop?
At
So
what
everyone
point?
should start,
Yeah.
but should they stop if they're like, okay, after 3 years I suck at this, or should they keep on doing and figure out what they're bad at? Do you think everyone can be a successful business owner?
Fuck no. Not everybody can be a
So at
successful
what point do you
business owner.
stop?
At what point? That's an excellent question, man. I mean, most people are naturally just going to stop, right? But the people who are wondering, should I stop? They're not going to stop. If that makes sense.
Sure.
Because someone like me, for example, I don't fucking quit. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to give up. Whatever the fucking task is, I'm going to figure it out no matter what. Those type of people that are like, should I quit? They're probably not going to quit. You know what I mean? It's the people that, you know, they won't even get started, you know, and they've already talked themselves out, you know, before they even, you know, open up their laptop and did the first, you know, bit of research. And for me, I think, you know, that just, you know, so everybody takes in so much advice from all these outside sources. And, you know, for example, right, you want to go start a roofing company. Okay, why are you going to go ask your mom and dad about the roofing company, right? Or why are you going to go ask your friend about the roofing company? Are they an expert roofer that they can teach you something? So what is it? Why even go talk to them about it?
Yeah.
If that's something that you want to go do, go fucking do it. You don't need them to pat you on the back and, you know, give you the confidence or the sheer
1000%.
advice, right? So it's like, just go fucking do it. And I think that's the biggest thing that a lot of these people run into is, you know, they get talked out or they talk themselves out. You know what I mean? When I was starting the fucking hedge fund, I can't tell you the number of people that are like, bro, you're fucking nuts. You know, you're gonna lose all your clients' money. You're gonna do this, that, and it's like, look at me now, motherfucker. You know what I mean? So it's like a lot of people, they do not want to see you shine. They just don't. So they are more likely to talk you out of whatever your dreams are. So for me, it's like, just don't fucking listen to them. Don't even tell them about it, right?
like
Just
that.
just go do it. You know, that's my biggest piece. What was the
And
second part of that question?
To scale.
To
that's
scale?
like 10K a month to like 100K.
I mean, aside from your typical, you know, reinvest, you know, live below your means type of thing, you know, making relationships that really matter. You know what I mean? You know, when I partnered up with you guys, you know what I mean, with the ads, with you with the content, that shit fucking doubled my numbers. You know what I mean? Instantly, like within a month, doubled. I went from doing 100 grand in fucking December to 200 grand in fucking January. It's like, oh, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So I think relationships are really the biggest piece that, you know, people should really, really actually invest in.
Yeah.
You know, to find those people that, you know, will support your goal, your ambition, your hunger, your drive, you know, and be happy for you. You know what I mean? And those are rare individuals to come by. You know what I mean? Those are very rare individuals to come by. I get goosebumps even talking about it.
That is true though, man. It's hard to find people that want to see you succeed. No matter if they're like in a business space or not. Even if they're in a business space, they're like, dude, fuck him. Like, why is he doing more than me?
Right.
Or why is he doing better than me? Or why is he scaling or whatever? Because I can definitely see that.
Do you notice that those people are usually the people that you grew up with, though? That are like, why is he doing so much better than me? Why is he fucking scaling more
There's a
than me?
portion of that. There's new
It pisses
friends
you
that
off,
we have,
right?
though. I mean, there's definitely like people like that obviously aren't happy to see you succeed. But then there's obviously competition locally that we probably just like met maybe like a year ago. They're like,
Right.
why are you guys scaling? And even close friends that are maybe in a different business model. They're like, why are you guys scaling? Or even business partners.
How are you? That's my biggest fucking thing, man, is like, you know, I always notice that when I fucking moved down to Tampa, bro, everybody was so like, just so supportive. You know what I mean? Like everybody was like, you want to do $1 million a month? Let's fucking get you to $1 million fucking a month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, bro, you crazy? $1 million a month? You know what? I never got that. When I look at you guys, I'm like, bro, I want to get to $1 million a month. You guys are like, all right, well, let's do X, Y, and Z, and let's get you to $1 million a month. It's not like, bro, you crazy? Like you're not gonna get to that. You got to do this. Like that's, you know, that's far fetched. It's like, no, let's get you to $1 million a month. You know what I mean? So it's like.
Because personally, I love seeing people win, bro. Like, I love seeing you win. I love seeing you pull up in a Rolls. I love seeing. We'll get there.
Tomorrow.
That was the best ending.
No, actually, like, no, serious. No, Emil is one of the.
You see how he stuck his tongue out?
Yeah.
Like he knew he was.
Bro,
fucking-
all right, let's just
And
do
the problem
some.
is, I knew it's coming too, and I was like, okay, bring it on.
Let's just do some
bro.
quick math, right? Okay, what's the car that you want?
The core is
Huracan, bro.
Huracan.
The Huracan. Okay, what's the
Bro.
payment on it?
5.
Bro, it's like 4K a month, 50K down. That's it.
The problem is the 50K down. Yeah, I don't want to. If I want to invest the 50K down,
You just sell the podcast equipment, bro.
Yeah, sell the podcast.
Bro, you can
equipment.
sell that one camera, I bet. That one fucking camera, it'd be 50 grand right there.
and
There's your down
I'll
payment.
get it when it's the right time. As I said, it's not like a big. It's not like a big thing for me, honestly. It's just I want it for the statement from me. You know what I mean? I always wanted it.
That's the number one thing, bro. You are the number one
Yeah,
thing,
but I'm
right?
not like a car guy. Like I know, for example, like Christian is crazy about cars. And
Yeah.
loves watches. I don't
Yeah.
give a shit about the watch or the car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just
Then why
want
do
it
you
just
want
to
it?
say. That's what I'm saying. I just want it because
I'm catching you in your own bullshit.
No. Like, you know what? For example, this car, for example, has been my dream for a while, but I've never, for example, even know what horsepower it is or how
Right,
far
right,
it goes.
right.
Or I don't give a
100%.
shit about that shit. I just
I dig
want a
that.
Lambo so I can say like, bitch, I'm driving a fucking Lambo. You know what I mean? It's
I-
a
but the
But the
statement. It
feeling's
makes a
different, bro.
statement.
The feeling's different because I don't know horsepower either. Like he knows according to the bumper centimeter, like what year the
Leave me
car
alone.
is. But like when you drive it, when
And
you
that's what I'm
drive that
saying.
shit, that's fucking nice.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. I want the credibility that comes with
Yeah,
it.
you can't be
know?
spending hundreds of thousands
100%.
of dollars on a car if there is not one guy in your circle that knows if you're getting fucked or not.
Yeah,
fucked.
that is
You feel
true.
me?
Fair enough.
So
Facts.
you're welcome.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah.
But I think you just got to take the leap, bro.
No, I will. As I said, it's not that. It's also like I'm. As I said, when I met them, like 2 years ago, I'm definitely.
By the way, you're
growing.
gonna have to censor your nipple out, bro.
Yeah.
I'm definitely.
Hey, you might have to make this X-rated.
You guys are getting that shit for free. Usually, you guys have to pay for it. But long story short,
The lick is in the buy, bro.
Emel is one of the people that actually like. I was actually just texting him yesterday because as much as I love being called on my bullshit. You know what I mean? Like you just said, but he's one of the people that does that, and he does it not because he's trying to piss on you, is because he actually fucking cares.
Yeah, fuck
You
yeah.
know, like yesterday, for example, I was going whatever, and then I went downstairs. I said bye, blah blah blah. He blah blah blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
I was talking to him, and he told me like, hey, you need to do this and this and this, and why aren't you doing this and this and this? Even though I am, but I explained to him, and after I left, even though I left, it was like 30 minutes after, and he probably didn't even think about it. But I texted him. I was like, I just wanted to thank you for like caring, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because as I said, he's one of the people that actually, you know, sometimes I want to close a deal not because of the money. I just want to close a deal just to go and tell him, yo, I closed the fucking deal. I swear to God, because
I love that. I
feel
love
like
that.
I feel
he's
that
like he's like a proud father for me.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
like
yeah.
He's like I close deals sometimes, and I really don't give a shit about how much I made. I just
Yeah.
want to go and tell my dad, like, yo, I just did this. You know when you're waiting for your report card to show your dad?
Yeah.
That's the same exact. Yo, look at my Stripe account. And the
Look
thing
at
is,
my-
I would show him a Stripe account for like a $60,000. You're like, you're weak as fuck. I did that yesterday. And I was like,
I mean, that is true.
Hey, he literally
like,
did that yesterday, though.
literally, he would be like, that's MTD. Fuck this shit. I did this yesterday. I was like, fuck. No matter what I do, you know. But that's the good part about having like people like you guys around, you know, because I'm always like feeling like there is another step that I have to take. You know, there is always
100%.
something that, as I said, I'm working so hard on my business as well, but I'm working so hard on building the things that you guys already built like 10 years ago and 7 years ago and 6 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm actually working my ass off, but it's all internal. And I'm like, it just takes a lot to build this, but if I build it healthy now, that's what allows me, for example, like if I closed that one client last month, and if I didn't have the infrastructure that I can actually take that client on because I have the editors, because I have the shooters, because I have this and that, even if he wanted to offer me the money, I wouldn't be able to do it. And that was his first thing. Like in the sales call, if you watch it, he only said one thing. He was like, I do not mind paying the $20K a month as long as you're going to deliver, because I worked with people before and they couldn't deliver the 90 videos per month. 90 videos per month, that's
That's a lot, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
And I was like, do not worry about the delivery. You're gonna get it. And why? Is because I already have people on the team that I have been training for almost 6-7 months. They don't have work to do, and they're just waiting for that client. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
built the infrastructure. So once I took
Oh,
the clients,
shit.
guess what? Today is the 29th. He's getting the 90 reels tomorrow. They're all done. They're all
Fuck,
quality control. Blah blah
yeah.
blah. So he just paid yesterday for the second month. Blah, blah, and this is what I'm talking about. So I'm building that. It takes time, but as I said, it's just I feel like there's like tiers for the business, and I'm
Yeah.
still in like tier 1, which is actually building the infrastructure and actually like building a healthy business that can sustain in the long run. You know?
Fuck yeah.
You're doing good, bro. Because the thing is like where you are within a year. Has it been a year since we
Year
partnered
and a
up?
half.
Like a year and a half.
Year and a half.
Like you did amazing.
Thank
Well,
bro.
that's nice and
Appreciate
So-
you. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
Night and day.
100%, bro.
But anyways, I'm
Holy
getting the
fuck.
Lambo for sure, bro. Like
I'm
that's
excited.
coming,
super
bro.
soon.
Damn.
It's coming.
Shit,
My
bro.
dealer actually just sent me pictures of a Lambo that just arrived.
How much?
That one's different tier, bro.
This year?
That shorty's wide body.
Yours.
Ooh.
No, but I'll show y'all after the pod. But just to wrap it up, Ramon, bro, we are humbled to have you on.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank
We
you,
love
man.
you, bro.
Thank you,
and
man.
thank you for sharing all the knowledge with our viewers. Do you want to tell everybody where they can find you?
Road to Forbes, ROAD, the number 2 Forbes. You'll find me there.
On
Usually,
Instagram.
you'll probably just see more of my dog though, 'cause that's all I take pictures of.
That's
but
true, yeah.
know that I'm the one taking the photo.
Again, bro, thank you so much.
No, thank you
any
guys
last
for having
words?
me.
No, man. I appreciate you as a friend, as a business partner, client, whatever, I appreciate you, bro. So I'm definitely excited to see you scale, and I want to see you scale.
I'm excited for us
Because
all
I'm
to
ready
scale.
for the calling that next, bro.
I'm excited, bro.
No,
I'm
100%, bro. As I said before, you're an amazing person in real life. You're an asshole on the social media, but other than that, you're fucking amazing in real life. So I wish everyone see that side of you, you know?
Fuck, I
you're
love you guys. You guys are too good to me,
No,
man.
I'm serious. You're actually a
Y'all
very
gonna
genuine
make me
person.
blush.
Like, you're not, even when you're not here, we're always like, oh, I fucking love Ramon. And be like, yeah, dude, Ramon is dope. Ramon is cool. Like, I'm just saying, this
man.
is the first impression that everyone gets with you whenever
That
they see you in
means a
person.
lot to me, guys.
Because a
It
lot of
really
people, actually, the
does.
money changes them and stuff like that. You're a very humble dude. So, not on social media, but... But yeah, that's about it.
But guys, if you enjoyed this podcast, then make sure to leave a like on this video. Follow us on whichever platform you're listening on this on. And if this is on YouTube, then make sure to hit that subscribe button. And we'll see you guys on the next one.